Good evening, everyone. Maayong gabi sa tanan. It's a beautiful evening, and we praise and thank God for tonight. And Saint Paul rightly put it this way when he said, I thank God because of you. Why would we take a look at the person next to us and tell that phrase to that person, I thank God because of you. And indeed, we thank God for tonight. And we are being directed to our lectionary text for this Sunday, which is such a powerful and thought-provoking story. Here in this story, Jesus tells us about a man who had great wealth and security. But you know what happened? Jesus called this rich person a fool. I tried to take a look at it in Cebuano translation. Mas sakit paminawon ang Cebuano. Jesus in Cebuano was telling that person, buang-buang. Diba? Masakit. Buang-buang. You know, the story begins when someone asked Jesus to intervene in a family dispute over inheritance. And this is quite common nowadays. So to all the parents, it might be high time for you to think about setting things well for your children. But in the story, Jesus doesn't directly address the request. Instead, Jesus warns against greed. And he tells about a parable of a rich man who decides to build a bigger barn to store his abundant crops. You know, this man achieved what many in the world long for. I think all of us here would want to achieve what this rich man achieved in the story. Security, abundance, comfortable life. And you know, by all outward measures, we can say he was indeed successful. His fields produced so much that he didn't have enough space to store it all. Daghan kaayo siyang abot kaya nanubra na sa iyahang budiga. In today's terms, we might say he had the dream job, a strong investment portfolio, maybe a beautiful home, a promise of an early retirement. As the story would tell, he could sit back, relax, and say, you've done well. Eat, drink, and be merry. Lami gyud kaayong paminawon. But you know, the problem wasn't in his success. It was more on his focus. His attention was entirely on himself. If you go back to the story, the phrase would say, what shall I do? I have no place to store my crops. I will build a bigger barn. I will store my grain. And I will say to myself, and so on and so forth. Notice that? I. It was all about his wealth, his comfort. It was all about his future. It's all about sa iyahang kaugalingon. Not once hear him mention about God. Not once in the story do we hear him mention about others. Not even once that he mentioned about gratitude, pagpasalamat. There was no thought of sharing with those in need, no reflection on how his abundance might be used for something greater than his own and personal satisfaction. Meaning to say, his vision was so limited to self-preservation. And here we realize, no spiritual purpose at all. And I guess that's where the real danger lies. Not in wealth itself, but in the illusion that what he has, all his possession, is enough. The illusion that the money can shield him from all of life's uncertainties, that his abundance guarantees peace, that he had prepared for a long life, but actually not for the reality that life is quite fleeting and that true wealth isn't measured by what we store in barns, but true life is all about what we store in our hearts and in heaven. And here's the thing for all of us. How often do we as students or as professionals fall into that same trap? We study hard. We aim for high grades. We build up our resumes. We plan for our future careers, which is actually good and very wise. But you know, when our ultimate goal becomes success for our own selves alone, status, recognition, security, para lang musikat, para lang mahimong bantugan, I guess something in our heart begins to shift. We risk losing sight of what truly matters. But then again, the question, what does this mean for us as students and as professionals? You know, we live in a world that constantly tells us, build a bigger barn. Paningkamot, paninguha, ayaw pagluya-luya. We are always encouraged to build a life that looks so impressive and accumulate achievements. You know, get that degree. Have as many followers as possible. Build your credentials. Experience everything. And yes, it is always wise to plan ahead and work hard. But Jesus is asking us tonight, what are you really storing up? Are we so focused chasing success that we neglect our spiritual well-being? Are we building up our resumes and overlooking the relationship around us? Are we giving our energy to being the best, but fail to give our hearts for us to become a blessing? Let's go back to the story. Jesus tells the man, "You fool, buang-buang." Why? Because yes, he had plenty, but he was not rich toward God. Now, what does it mean to be rich toward God? Friends, being rich toward God means living with a mindset that your time, your gifts, your opportunities, whatever it is that you have, they are all on loan from God. And I want us to realize tonight, everything that we have are meant to be used for something bigger than just ourselves. It means gratitude for whatever you have. It means stewardship of your education and talents, not just for you to succeed, but for you to be able to serve and to glorify God. It means that you need to have compassion over your classmates, for your professors, and even for yourself. Being rich toward God means asking, who around me is struggling today? Who around me that I can help? What kind of person I am becoming, not just what kind of profession we intend to become later on. This parable simply reminds us of a very fundamental truth, and that is, life is about more than what we own. It's about the condition of our hearts. It's about our relationship with God. And this story confronts us with a very hard but necessary question. What are we really storing up? Are we investing only in what benefits us? Our comfort? Our image? Our success? While neglecting the things that matter most to God? Are we so focused on building our own barns? Higher grades, impressive credentials, packed schedules, future careers, that we leave little room for generosity and compassion? Or do we at times hold back kindness because we're actually waiting for a less stressful time? Unya na na, unya na ka. I'm still busy. Do we put off helping others because we're too busy chasing our own goals and securing our own success? And you know, this parable is not just a warning. As I said a while ago, sakit kaayo nga maingnan tang Jesus, uy, buang-buang. It's not just a warning. It's actually a call to action. God is inviting us here to live with eternal perspective, to invest in things that last, for us to invest in our relationships, not just results, for us to build our characters, not just our credentials, for us to cultivate faith, not just our success. And so again, ask yourself, where is my treasure truly stored? Am I growing? Am I growing rich toward God? Or am I just rich in achievement? Daghan ra kog followers. Daghan ra kog friends on Facebook or whatever social media it is. Ask. Who around me is in need? Not just materially, but spiritually. And more importantly, ask yourself, how can you respond? Maybe today, maybe this week, or in the days to come. And so tonight, we need to make our decision. A decision for us to be rich toward God, not just in thought, not just in word, but in action. In how we live, in how we love, and how we give ourselves for the things that matter beyond this life. The simple invitation for us tonight and in the days to come. Do know what truly matters. Blessings to everyone. Amen.